Happy Saturday. It's Saturday. Yay. Got that going for us, right, Julie? Good morning. Is that AIMCD joining on Instagram this morning? Glad you could join on Instagram. We got about 9 folks joining us on Instagram this morning. Nice. Welcome to Wake Up with Witcher. We do this every day of the week, Monday through Friday at 7:30, Saturday and Sunday at 8 o'clock in the morning. Good morning, Brandon. How are you this morning? Heading down to the Scott County Fair to enter my pictures in You're Gonna Win. I hope you do win. That should be great. And we got Debbie joining us. Good morning to everyone, she says. And Garage, I can't even say some of these names. Sorry about that. She goes, Saturday, yay! It's got a nice little ring to it, doesn't it? Hey, by the way, let me show you my brand new East Tennessee weather camera. We're going to take you high into the mountains. This is up on top of Anakeesta. Anybody ever been to Anakeesta? Well, we do have a camera up there on top of it. I've got another one coming up. It's a pan tilt zoom. That right there, that mountain on the far left-hand side off in the distance is Mount LeConte. And then, of course, you've got Gatlinburg in the far right-hand side of the screen on the bottom right. Anyways, so a gorgeous view of the mountains. And we're going to be able to show you this. These will be eventually up on YouTube and on all East Tennessee weather platforms, including the app and, of course, the website. We're still working on that in the background. But we'll be able to catch our first snows. We'll be able to see the beautiful fall leaves from a beautiful view. And again, up on top of Anakeesta. If you've never been there, I highly recommend it. All right, let's get to work right now with the forecast. I always like to keep you in check, or keep myself really in check from yesterday, from the previous day anyways. And so yesterday I was forecasting 84 degrees. We made it to 83. And we didn't pick up any rainfall yesterday. But we're probably going to start to see some elevated rain chances here increasing for the next few days. So here's your satellite and radar and the big picture pattern. This is the upper level pattern. So low pressure still across the New England, the high pressure across Texas. That's still giving us that northwesterly flow, which is going to continue through the weekend and pretty much all into next week as well. So we're going to stay below average for another 7 days or so. Our cold front slid off to our south and southeast. That came through last night. Didn't do much. We've got a few lingering clouds around the area, as you saw with some of the weather cameras. Of course, I'll highlight more of those and a few more of those anyways in more detail in just a moment. But here at home, just a few clouds hanging out with us. Otherwise, they're dissipating pretty quickly, and we're going to become mostly sunny, and it really is going to be an absolutely beautiful day. Temperature-wise, by the way, this morning, we're trending a little bit warmer than what we were yesterday at this time by about, say, 2 to upwards of 5 degrees. So definitely going to keep you posted on that. The view is so great outside. I just want to show you that one more time. We'll show it to you again before the show is over. When you get new cameras, you got to debut all of them and really highlight them. Anyways, we do have to take a quick break to check in with our local sponsor, which, by the way, this morning is Brogan Financial. I'll be right back.
I'm Jim Brogan. I was born here. I've been here all my life. I have 2 degrees from the University of Tennessee. So we do wealth management and retirement planning. So what does that really mean? Anything in your life that could impact your finances, whether it's investing money, whether it's how to structure income, if we can optimize our taxes, so we serve people. And that's part of our mission statement. We serve people.
All right. Yes, they do. And a great man right there. All right. So as we look ahead, we will continue to see those temperatures climb into the low, mid, maybe a few pockets of upper 80s across the Southern Valley. I think that's really going to be about the extent of it. So temperatures are still going to be at or even slightly below average for this time of the year. And if you have evening plans here tonight, or maybe haven't made those plans yet, it's going to be a nice evening, 82 by 6 down to 71 degrees by 10. So you can't go wrong with that Saturday. All right, so as we look ahead on Sunday, because we're not looking at rainfall throughout the day today, it is going to be mostly sunny. Tomorrow, we'll start to see those rain chances increase a little bit. So if you have outdoor plans on Sunday, we're likely to have a few more clouds hanging out with us throughout the day on Sunday. As we get into the afternoon, we're going to see some showers and thunderstorms fire up. Now, notice by about 3 o'clock, the south of Interstate 40 and also east of Interstate 75 and 81, that's going to be the best bet for seeing some rain, although some can't be ruled out in the valley locations. We just have the majority of our moisture kind of banked up against the mountains and south of Interstate 40. So I think that's going to be our best location for seeing some showers and thunderstorms, and you can clearly see that with our forecast. So again, this is for tomorrow, not for the day ahead of us today. Now, as we get into our Monday, of course, it being an extended weekend for a lot of you. Hopefully you have an extended. Do you have an extended weekend? Do you have Monday off? Anyway, so Monday, that moisture axis shifts a little bit further to the west. And so I think most of the rain on Monday, which is my high-resolution forecast model, this only takes us out to 1 o'clock in the afternoon on Monday. but I'll have more data as the day progresses. Anyways, I think most of the moisture, most of the rain is going to be across the plateau on Monday. So yeah, just through 1 o'clock on Monday, we're going to add up a little bit more. So we all have a better chance for seeing some showers and thunderstorms through the holiday weekend. And when you look at our dew points are elevated a little bit more today than what we were yesterday, and their dew points will continue to climb as we get into the middle part of next week. And as it does so, that's adding more moisture to the atmosphere. That's going to keep our morning lows a little bit warmer, but that's adding a better chance for some showers and thunderstorms. And this, like I said, this troughing is going to take shape all next week, and so that's going to allow the elevated rain chances. Now, another cold front comes through on Thursday. That's going to shut down our rain chances Friday into next weekend and drop our temperatures once again. So while we'll hover in the low to mid 80s today, tomorrow, and Monday, we're down into the upper 70s Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and then come Friday, Saturday, and Sunday of next weekend, we may have temperatures in the low to mid 70s. And when you add up a 7 days worth of rainfall, we'll pick up about a half an inch of rain, I think, generally speaking, across the 7-day stretch. So there's your forecast. If you got to go about your day, hopefully you have a good day today. Let's see. Let's take it back outside. Had a great sunrise taking shape from Anderson County. This is downtown Clinton, and a gorgeous view. I was time-lapsing that just a little bit ago, and I don't think I'll be able to get it on camera for you. But anyways, a really cool shot. I've put it on Witcher's 1 minute weather, by the way, if you want to check that out. All right, for those of you new to the show, now we move right along. You got your forecast. You can have a great day. You can hang out with me. But we're going to go through some national holidays. We're going to go through some weather history and just some societal history. And then some Witcher's pictures. Got a couple good ones to show you this morning. And then we'll wrap things up and let you go about your day. You can stay for as long as you'd like. We've got 7 people joining us on Instagram this morning. Hey, how about that? Like Dog SUV TN, 4-day weekend. I love it. I love it. And I love your profile picture, by the way, as well. All right. National holidays. We're celebrating birthdays and events today. If you've got a birthday or if you have any events going on, listen, if you're looking for something to do tomorrow, we have the Big Kahuna Wing Festival at World's Fair Park. 8,000 to 10,000 people are expected to attend. The weather is going to be beautiful, but again, I think that we have a better day tomorrow because the rain chances start to shift a little bit further to the west. So if you haven't grabbed your tickets for the Big Kahuna Wing Festival, go grab your tickets today. And I am the official lead meteorologist for the festival itself. Unfortunately, I won't be able to go. I will be attending I am in a wedding, which actually we have the rehearsal tonight. So I got to go do that kind of stuff. I forgot about the rehearsal. My buddy who's getting married was like, hey, Witcher, see you tomorrow. I was like, tomorrow? No, I'll see you Sunday. He goes, bro, we've got the rehearsal. Oh, right. Yeah. I forgot about that. Yeah, I'll be there. It's National Beach Day. Any of y'all like going to the beaches? Are you beach goers? Do you like to hang out on the beach? I will say that I like to go to the beach, but I'm not, my ADD, I suppose. I don't really have it, but if I did, my wife always thinks I have it. I can't just sit there on the beach all day long. Like, I got to do something. Let me go play some volleyball. Let me go throw the frisbee, throw the football with somebody. I'll go into the ocean a little bit. But just sitting there all day is not my cup of tea. But I do like the beach, and I love the ocean. All right, it's National Grief Awareness Day, by the way. That's a great day if you're grieving. I apologize that you're having to go through that. But, a lot of times if you're grieving, you're just going through the steps, right? And a lot of folks don't actually take the time to actually grieve, whether it's whatever it may be. A loss of a loved one, a broken relationship. So if you need to, today's a good day to do some grieving. All right, it's National Toasted Marshmallow Day. I mean, s'mores, why not, right? Not a big fan of s'mores myself, but although I do, and I've told you this before, I really want to make homemade marshmallows. I think homemade marshmallows, I've heard, are amazing. Well, anything homemade's better than store-bought anyways. But all right, those are your national holidays for the day today. We'll take it back outside. I showed you what it looks like from Anakista. Got some folks working on the roof in downtown Gatlinburg. That's how they installed my camera. They had to put on harnesses and everything to get up on top of that roof. That's where that camera is. Tennessee Jeds. If you're up in downtown, go say hi to my buds over at Tennessee Jeds. All right, so let's talk about some weather history shall we? Yesterday, we had Hurricane Katrina making landfall as a Category 3 20 years ago, back in 2005. Today, we actually had in 1989 on this date in history, thunderstorms developing ahead of a cold front produced large hail in Montana and North Dakota during the evening and early nighttime hours. 3-inch hailstones fell from the sky and were reported about 20 miles south of Medora, North Dakota, and over Dawson County, Montana, produced 3 inches of rainfall as well. In 1988, thunderstorms drenched Georgia and the Carolinas with heavy rain, soaking Columbia, South Carolina with over 4 inches of rain in 3 hours. That's going to produce some flooding. In 1987, 8 cities in California and Oregon reported record high temperatures for the date, including Redding and Sacramento, hitting over 100 degrees. In 1982, tropical depression brought torrential rains to portions of southern Texas. Up to 12 inches of rain fell over the Houston area. In 1839, now we're back into the 1800s. In 1839, a hurricane moved over Cape Hatteras, North Carolina, to offshore New England. An unusual feature of the hurricane was the snow it helped produce, which whitened the Catskill Mountains in New York State. Considerable snow was also reported in Salem, New York. In 1838, a year prior to that, a major tornado, possibly the worst in Rhode Island's history, passed south of Providence, Rhode Island. It uprooted and stripped trees of their branches, of course. The tornado barely missed a local railroad depot where many people were waiting for the train. The tornado injured 5 people. And in 1776, General Washington took advantage of a heavy fog to evacuate Long Island after a defeat. Adverse winds kept the British fleet from intervening. That was in 1776. And on this date in history, in 1996, the expedition to raise part of the Titanic failed when the nylon lines broke. They snapped in half. In 1993, Billy Joel became the first musical guest on CBS TV's The Late Show with David Letterman. When the show debuted in 1993, the Today Show with Letterman debuted in 93. That's crazy. In 1984, the Beatles fans, I should say, paid $271,000 for memorabilia at an auction in London, England. All right. Let's see. In 1965, Thurgood Marshall was confirmed by the U.S. Senate as the Supreme Court Justice. Marshall was the first black justice to sit on the Supreme Court. In 1963, the hotline between Moscow and Washington, D.C. went into operation. In 1905, for you baseball lovers, Ty Cobb made the Major League batting debut with the Detroit Tigers. In 1780, General Benedict Arnold secretly promised to surrender the West Point Fort to the British Army. And in 1645, this is the last one, in 1645, American Indians and the Dutch made a peace treaty at New Amsterdam. New Amsterdam later became known. Anybody know? Anybody know? New York. New Amsterdam became New York. There we go. Those, my friends, are your history. And I just wanted to show you something because we do this, and then we'll go to some Witcher's pictures here. I wanted to show you something here for a second. So every once in a while, I'll show you some model data. I don't know why that's looking so little. Well, that's what we get today. Oh, I know, because I changed something. Anyways, this is the model data. What I wanted to show you is, see this little troughing that's taking shape right here on the backside of this low? That's that northwesterly flow. Watch how long it just sticks around. The trough still continues. The trough reinforces itself. By Wednesday, the trough keeps coming. Here comes another ball of energy and some more troughing all the way through Friday. And then we'll start to get rid of that troughing a little bit. And we'll start to get a little bit, probably a little bit of a drier weather pattern, although some energy is going to come out of the Gulf. So anyways, I just wanted to show you that big trough that's just going to stick around across the eastern U.S. All right, so time for Witcher's pictures now, I suppose. So we've got a couple good ones out there. So let's start you off with, we'll go with Joey's. Nice little sunrise shot there with some morning fog. That's a great shot there, Joey. Joey says on this one, it's a foggy sunrise. We've got a great one from Kevin Honeycutt. Sunset at Watts Bar Lake last night. Ooh, that's a good one. I love me some Watts Bar. Let's get that not so sideways there, Kevin. That's a good one, huh? Little sunset at Watts Bar. Had a great one coming in from Kimberly Hancock. Don't think she's ever posted on here before. That one's from Kimberly Hancock, and she says, sunset, I'm still swooning over it nearly 24 hours later. Yeah, you should be swooning over that. That's a great one. How about this one? Battle of the Bridge, give Loudon versus Lenore City the battlefield. How about that? Joey Exum grabbing that one from his drone. Love that, Joey. Look at that. Battle of the Grid going on right there. High in the sky. And what a sunset that was, huh? Look at that. That's great. Joey, that's another great one for sure. We've got Vicky Cooper. Good morning from Johnson City, she says. Good morning to you, Vicky. How are you this morning? Nice American flag right there. And that's upside down. Why is that one upside down? There we go. That looks a little bit better. I appreciate you joining us from Johnson City. And Mel England, sunset from the porch on Thursday evening. Mel's always on here. There's a nice little sunset. Great little Witcher's pictures this morning, my friends. Awesome stuff. Awesome stuff going on. All right, it's Saturday. We're going to wrap things up here this morning. It is now just 20 minutes after 8 o'clock. Grab your cup of coffee. Oh, I forgot to show you. Here real quick. That's why that map was a little different. If you haven't done it yet, we're going to push this on pause here for a second. If you haven't done it yet, there's the East Tennessee Weather website. You can go to the website. Let's go. Let's make it bigger here. There we go. It's still not right, but that's okay. You go to the website. Well, now what just happened? Well, maybe you can't go to the website. Well, oh, I know what happened. I was like, what just happened there? There we go. If you go to East Tennessee Weather, easttnweather.com, there's the website. All right. So when you go to the website, I've kind of changed things up a little bit. I don't know why it keeps doing that. Anyways, so go to the website. That's what the website looks like now. I've changed things up a little bit. You get everything you need to know. The 24-hour channels right there at front and center. You've got 1 Minute with Witcher and your morning weather update and your blog right there. If you want to ever go read the blog, I do write a blog every single day. But what I wanted to show you was the shop, the merch shop. Make sure you check out East Tennessee Weather merch shop. We've got lots of stuff on there, from T-shirts to hats to tumblers to even now coffee mugs and an orange East Tennessee Weather shirt to represent UT this fall season. There you go. Just go to easttnweather.com and go to the merch shop. It comes right to your home. Happy birthday, Scott. It's Scott's birthday. I missed that. In 1989 football game, the Colorado Buffaloes defeated the Colorado State Rams 45-20 on September 4th, 1989 in Boulder, Colorado. I love it. I did get it, Nicole. I can't get it right this second. I should have had that ready to go. But Nicole, I did get the email. Try through the app again. Morning, Jenny. How are you this morning? I come on Tuesday. I'm going to Gatlinburg on Tuesday to work with one of my newest sponsors. If you haven't figured it out by now, you will soon. Starting Monday. That's the first. That's when they start. All right, my friends. Have a great day. Be safe. Be kind to each other. Life is short. Enjoy your Saturday. I'll see you bright and early, 8 o'clock in the morning Sunday for another live edition of Wake Up with Witcher. No rain today, but we'll start to see increasing rain chances tomorrow on into our Monday and Tuesday. All right, I'll see you tomorrow. Have a great day.